Hey Janice, where's Marty?
I think she's upstairs.
Did she tell you my big news? I'm moving out. A space opened up in the fraternity house, and I'm next on the list to move in. I get to live in the fraternity house.
That's great. When do you move in?
This weekend. I'll be there for the big Halloween party. That reminds me. I was wondering if you'd be my date for the dance. I think you're really far out, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about you since I met you.
Well...
You know, I joined the fraternity thinking I'd be dating a lot of sorority girls, but I don't find any of them to be that interesting, or even that attractive. I met you and I did a double take. You're cool, cute, refreshing, nothing is fake. All the other girls have got something wrong. Maybe I was waiting till you came along. You are out of sight and I'm digging you. You got me so uptight I'm not sure what to do. I love it when you smile and you look at me. I love it that you're natural, wild and free. Yeah, I think we could really get it on. Just say the word, baby, we'll be gone. Yeah, I think we could have a real good time. Just the two of us together, it won't cost a dime. You are out of sight and I'm digging you. You got me so tight, I'm not sure what to do. I love it when you smile and you look at me. I love it that you're natural, wild and free.
I think it's really great that you asked, but I don't think I can go.
Well, why not?
It's kind of complicated. I really like you and the band and everything. I think it'd be best if we just stayed friends. And I'm kind of digging someone else right now. I hope you understand.
Lucky guy.
I don't know what Mom said to Dad to get him to let you stay here, but whatever it was, it worked. Yeah, your mom has been so incredible. You know, she's really like a real mother to me. She said I could stay here as long as I wanted, even after the baby was born. You know what kind of relief that is to me? I feel so loved and welcome. Thanks for supporting me in all of this. I don't go to church very often anymore, but love, compassion, and kindness are the things about religion I do believe in. I believe that this is what Jesus or Buddha would do if they were alive today, and I mean, this is how you would want to raise your baby. That's true. You know, I really don't believe in putting any limits on love. How about you? I guess I hadn't really thought about it, but I think of God as being love, so any limits that people put on love seem like they would be artificial, like what? Traditional power structures, male dominance, racism? No limits on love. I love it. And I love it that you're here, and I like being here. You know, you've been the best friend anybody could ever ask for. Mine too. I just want to have a slumber party every night. Well, you know, if we spend too much time in the same bed, we might just end up kissing. You gotta be teasing. Why? Am I one of those women you find attractive? I don't know. There's something about you I just can't put my finger on. Those fingers away. Why do you find me attractive? Well, I know what the boys would say. You're a knockout. Bob can't stop talking about you. So is that a yes? Well, I guess if I had to be a lesbian, you'd do it in fiction. Well, good night. Good night.
Understanding, talking Maureen.
Well, honey, I wasn't really planning on church this week.
Well, what do you mean? It's Sunday. People go to church. We have plenty of time to get dressed after breakfast and get to church. Marty?
I don't really want to go to church this morning, Dad. Besides, I've been rethinking aloud my values lately.
What do you mean you're rethinking your values?
Well, I don't believe in God. At least not the God I was taught about in church.
So this is my reward for sending you to college. You're turning your back on your culture, on your church, and now on God. I think you need to go to church today whether you want to or not. You're living under my roof, and the family is going to church.
So what? You just decided for everybody? What, you think that making me go is going to make me change my mind and see the light? No, more than likely it's going to make me resent both church and you and the whole male-dominated power structure you both represent.
Dear, if you want to go to church today, I'll go with you. But don't you think that kids are old enough to decide for themselves what they want to do? They were 12 years old when they were confirmed, and that's when the church said they could take responsibility for what they believe.
At age 12, they were old enough to take responsibility for believing the religion they were raised with and taught. Marty seems to need a refresher course.
Dad, I am 19. I am responsible for all of my life decisions, even though they may not be exactly the same as yours. It's not my fault that I was born in this culture at this point in time. If I was born in India or China, I would believe something completely different.
And it would be wrong. You were born here, luckily, and you were raised with the truth. Most of the people in India and China haven't had the good fortune to even heard the truth, and that's not their fault. But it makes it all the more wrong that you were born into the true religion and are turning your back on it, and on God, too.
Dad, I am not turning my back on God. But what is God? Who is God? Maybe God is just the laws of physics and the forces of nature. Maybe God is a woman. Did you ever stop to think about that? Any God of love who's also a God of war and destruction, I don't want to believe in. A God of love who would allow such suffering in the world? What kind of God would let a little baby star? How could that be justified? What kind of God would let the pure of heart be killed in genocide? What kind of God conquers the whole human race to punish Eve for her mistakes? What kind of God would give angels some breath and let them suffer in their death? What kind of God would bless wars that kill and send non-believers to hell? What kind of God would give me feelings to feel and then tell me they're not real? The God of love, who is unselfish and kind, is a God that I wouldn't hide. The God of love, who loves the whole human race, is a God that I could embrace.
What is the world coming to? Where did I fail as a father? How did I deserve a daughter who's so disrespectful, who rejects every everything that I believe, everything I've done for her, every value I've taught her.
She hasn't rejected every value you've taught her. You taught her to be honest, to care about other people, to see wrongs and try to right them. You taught her to use her mind and learn and to contribute to society. She's just looking at the world from a different place than you are. But she's using the exact values you taught her.
I didn't teach her to be rebellious, ungrateful, disrespectful, and disobedient.
I don't think she was. She was just standing up for herself. You can't run her life and you can't dictate what she believes. She has to figure those things out for herself.
What is the world coming to? Well, at least you see the world the same way I do, don't you, dear?
Well, honey, it's true. You and I agree on a lot of things. But since you brought it up, there is one thing that's been on my mind, and it's a sore subject, but I've been happy as a housewife all these years, keeping our home and raising our 2 kids.
And you've done a great job.
Yes, the kids are in college now, though, and they just don't need me at home all the time. And the other day I was looking in the mirror and realized I don't even know who I am. I've given this a lot of thought. I want to go back to school and pick up some classes in sociology, and then I want to try to get a job as a social worker.
Why? Don't I make enough money? Don't I keep you happy? Don't I give you a big enough spending allowance?
That's just it. I want to earn my own money that I can spend any way I want without asking you and without feeling guilty. I want to contribute to the family and help pay for the kids' college. You know how good it makes you feel that you can do that. I want to have that feeling too.
You'd just be starting out. And if you're at work every day, well, who's going to take care of the house? Who will do the laundry, the cleaning, the shopping, the cooking? Your salary won't be enough to afford a maid to replace the work you do here at home.
Is that what my life boils down to? Is that all I am? The maid? I am a kept woman who cooks, cleans, and does the laundry so her husband can have a satisfying career and contribute to society.
You've made a huge contribution to society by raising 2 great kids.
Yes, and they are raised now. Look, I appreciate that you've had a great job all these years, that we could afford this house, and that I didn't have to work to make ends meet. But now I want to work for my own fulfillment. I want to find out who I am in here. Robert, I have been Mrs. Robert O. Clark, loving wife and mother for over 20 years. But is that all I am? Intuitively, I feel like there's more to me. There's more I can do. But I've never had a chance to try and find out who I am. When I was younger, I was working on my degree, and then we got married. I had a husband, a house, 2 kids. Somewhere in there, Maureen got lost. Who am I? Who am I? When I look in the mirror, what
worth coming to. Being a wife and mother was good enough for my mother. She was a saint. And if she ever complained about her life to my dad, well, I never heard about it. I don't want you to go to work. I know what my father would say. He would say, no, absolutely not.
Well, I didn't marry your father. Your family was very traditional. Your father ruled with an iron fist. Nobody dared disagree with him or complain. He was the unquestioned authority of the family.
He was fair, and everybody knew just where they stood.
He was controlling. Every one of the women in your family was beaten down. Look at your sister. She barely dared stand up for herself in anything. And of course, she ended up marrying somebody just like your dad. She doesn't have a life of her own. She is defined by being her husband's wife.
And what's the matter with that?
Well, I'm more than Mrs. Robert O. Clark. I've been learning about women's liberation. You know, women are equal to men in every respect. But society has favored men for thousands of years. Women are treated like second-class citizens. Men control all the money and are taught to believe they are superior and should rule over women. I need to say this, please. Men have controlled society for so long, women have had to just act subservient and accept dominance just to survive. But wives get beaten by their husbands cheat on them. Women have just had to figure out a way to cope. We don't have equal power. We've never had equal rights. Society gives men absolute control over women, and religion just reinforces it.
Not you too.
Robert, it is 1972. Women are becoming liberated.
Right on.
We are more than wives and mothers. We have needs and desires. But in order to fulfill those desires, we need to have our own power. We need jobs and careers too. We need equal rights.
Right on.
Otherwise, men will just keep on telling us who to be and what to do like they have for thousands of years, just like in your family.
It's the way we were raised. It says right in the Bible, the man should be the head of the household.
What if there is no man?
What do you mean?
Well, you're gonna find out eventually. You might as well know now. I'm pregnant. And the father's in Vietnam, and we're not together. We're just friends. So, there is no man.
You're pregnant? Unmarried? Living under my roof? Just friends with the father. What's his name? Michael? I hope for your baby's sake that he's not some mixtress.
Dad!
Still, I feel sorry for your baby. No father. How would you learn to be a man?
Well, maybe it'll be a she.
Whatever.
And besides, you know, things are changing, and it's not going to be that bad. And he's going to be beautiful.
Or she.
That's right, or she.
What do you mean you're not getting married? He damn well better marry you.
I don't want to get married, so it doesn't matter.
But you have relations. He should take responsibility for that.
I can take responsibility for that. Besides, I don't believe in the double standard, where men can play around and have sex outside of marriage, and they can get away with it, and women can't.
What is the world coming to? I'm sorry, Janice, I like you, but this is too much. I know you just got settled in to live here, but I didn't know you were pregnant. That changes everything. Did you know she was pregnant?
Yes.
So you agreed to Janice staying here, knowing she was pregnant, probably because she was pregnant. You didn't tell me. I feel betrayed.
Dad, you should listen to yourself. Maybe this is exactly why Mom didn't tell you. You'd overreact like you're doing now and forbid it. But whatever happened to Christian charity? What happened to forgiveness? Maybe Janice wouldn't even want to stay here with you acting like this.
I know what my father would say. Absolutely not. But having her stay here would be the Christian thing to do, I suppose. Jeez, that'd take a lot getting used to. How long did you say she could stay?
I told her she could stay as long as she needed to, both before and after the baby's born.
Well, one thing's for sure. I guess there's no going to church today. We'd be too late anyway. My head is spinning. This is all so disturbing. It's not the way I was raised.
When I'm the man of the house, and I deserve some respect. Yeah, I'm the man of the house, it's not a defect. Well, I don't want to rave and rage, but somebody's got to wear the pants. Yeah, I'm the man of the house, and I deserve some respect. Yeah, I'm a breadwinner, and that should give me more say. Yeah, I'm a breadwinner, yes, I work every day. Well, money is power, and I have more of it. That means I make decisions, and they gotta love it. 'Cause I'm the breadwinner, and that should give me more say. Men should be privileged, and so should their sons. Yeah, men should be privileged, but it's the way things are done. When you've been in charge, time began. It's no coincidence that God is a man. Yeah, men should be privileged, and so should their sons. Yeah. Well, I love my wife, she takes good care of me. Yeah, I love my wife, and that's the way it should be. What would happen if she got a life, but she'd still do that and be a good wife? Yeah, I love my wife, she takes good care of me. Well, I love my daughter, but she's too liberal. Yeah, I love my daughter, where did she get all this love? She wants equal rights under the law. Next thing you know, she'll be burning her bra. Yeah, I love my daughter, but she's too liberal. Yeah, I'm the man of the house, I got the patriarch blues. Yeah, I'm the man of the house, I got the patriarch blues.
Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. Have a good trip. Oh, how did your mother convince your dad to go on a trip like this? Have they done that before? No, this is a new one. I think that Mom has just been really unhappy for a long time and just kind of starting to figure out the reasons for it. It's not all Dad's fault. I mean, he's just doing what he was raised to do, trying to be a good husband, following the patriarchal model. But it's not working. I ignore him when I have to. Something has to change. Either it'll be Dad or maybe it'll be the marriage. Wow. And Mom is really just starting to figure out who she is and her own power. I don't think that she'll ever go back to being the way she was when they first got married.
Well, what about you? Any quests of finding the right guy?
Well, I think that I'm open to a lot of different possibilities.
Well, you know me. I believe in love, and actually right now I'm not looking outside this room to find love.
Janice, I have a confession to make. I do find you attractive. It's something I haven't
your mom was trying to say is that, well, things seem to be changing very fast. We've had a lot of disagreements about our basic philosophies of what's right and wrong in marriage, in parenting, and what we want for the future. I've been happy with the way things are. I love your mom very much. Always have. But I'm having a really hard time with these new ideas of women's liberation.
And I'm not happy with the way things have been. I can't continue in this traditional role of housewife, even though I was happy in that role for a lot of years. But I want to get out in the world and stretch my wings and find out who I am outside these four walls and what I can do. I want a full say in the decisions of my life and in the family. I am going to start classes in the spring and I'm going to get a job. I just need some time to focus on me.
What your mom is trying to say is that I've decided that maybe it would be best if I take a couple of weeks off from work and go up to the lake and stay at the hunting cabin to try and figure things out. After that, we'll see. Your mom will stay here with you and Janice.
Oh, Dad, that's really heavy, but why can't you just stay here and let Mom do her own thing?
Marnie, that's a nice idea, but right now we're just too far apart. There would just be endless disagreements and conflict. I think it's better for everyone if I hold up someplace else for a while until we figure it all out.
It's not better for me. What if it doesn't work out?
Dad, no matter what happens, Dad's going to be nearby and he will come for the holidays.
Did you say you had some news for us?
I don't really think it's the right time.
It's okay, honey. We're all here together. Tell us your news.
Well, you know that Janice and I have become really close friends, and, well...
What Marty's trying to say is that we've fallen in love together, and we are partners.
Dad, don't overreact. It's a perfectly normal and natural thing.
It's not natural. I didn't raise you to be a lesbian. I thought both of you were interested in boys. What happened? Janice, you're pregnant, for God's sake. I knew it was a mistake for her to live here. Now she's corrupted Marty.
Robert, you need to calm down. You're going to say something you'll regret.
Do you support this relationship? Is this what's going to go on in this house? I can see that it's wise that I leave. This is the last straw. I'll be packing.
Dad!
What is my world coming to? Did you hear the news today? My little girl has gone astray. My husband has gone away. What is my world coming to? What will be my fate? Should I break down and turn around before it's way too late? It's a brave new world I have to face, but there's no turning from my way. I must be strong and yet full of grace as I take life day by day.
Where are you living now, Dad?
Well, I have a room in a boarding house in town. It's just temporary. We'll figure everything out.
Well, we miss you.
Oh, thanks. I miss all of you, too. Oh, by the way, how did the Halloween party go?
Great. People loved our song Spiderwebs in My Hair. They were up dancing in the aisles for that one. And our band got second place in the Battle of the Band singing Baby You'll Be Alright. Janice really lit the stage on fire with her guitar work.
Thanks. You know, actually, I have a slower version of that song I've been singing to my baby.
Were you happy with how the elections turned out, Dad?
Oh, of course, Nixon's the one.
Dad, that was 1968. Nixon's not the one anymore. Although his new slogan was so forgettable, I'd forgotten it already.
I thought it was don't switch Dixon.
Marty!
What, am I supposed to be happy that Nixon won in a landslide? It just proves that everybody has been brainwashed by Tricky Dick.
How did he get that name anyway?
Dirty tricks he was playing in the 50s to be elected. I don't trust him at all. And I exercised my voting right by trying to bring him down. Not a good that did. You know, he did do one good thing though. He allowed 18-year-olds the right to vote. And, you know, I think that if they can serve in the military, that they should be able to vote.
Oh, Marty, Nixon's done more than that. Well, he went to China to try to establish relations with Mao. Now, you have to admit that was progressive. And he's been withdrawing all of the troops from Vietnam.
Yeah, in order to get reelected, McGovern ran on the promise that he was going to withdraw all the troops. Nixon was just trying to beat him to it. If withdrawing the troops was such a good idea now, why wasn't it a good idea 4 years ago? What did we accomplish there besides the deaths of 50,000 soldiers?
Janice, I wanted to ask you about your friend in Vietnam. Is he still there with the helicopter ground crews? Maureen says I overreacted about your condition and him.
Yeah, he's still over there.
Well, I want to be supportive of our troops and of your living here. If there's anything else we can do to help, let us know.
Thanks. I know this all comes to a big shock for you, but if it's any consolation, you actually handled it a lot better than my dad did. And Mrs. O'Clark's been like a real mother to me. I really appreciate being able to live here.
Well, I've got a couple things to finish up in the kitchen before we serve dinner.
Mom, do you want me to help?
Oh, no, here. You stay and visit with your dad. I'll be fine.
Oh, I can help you, Mrs. O'Clark. Oh, thanks, Miss.
I really miss you, Mom. Not a day goes by that I'm not thinking of her. Pretty soon I've got tears in my eyes.
Well, I know she misses you too. You guys have been married for so long. How long have you been together?
23 years. Oh, she was quite the catch back then. From a proud Irish family. She was a fine, headstrong Irish lass. When we met all those years ago, she had a fine head of dark brown hair, and we dreamed where our life would go. We walked together hand in hand back then along the seashores, hills and trees. I did my best to lead us on our path, and in love she followed me. We made promises that we tried hard to keep. We didn't know ourselves that well. We thought that love was all that we'd ever need, and time will tell.
Wow, you really love her, don't you? Has she told you about her new job? She has a temporary job in social work, and she really loves it. She's all signed up for more classes in the spring. She misses you a lot, but she's really happy with what she's doing.
Dad, we haven't had the chance to talk for weeks now, and I was hoping that maybe we could talk about some of the things we thought about.
Well, your mother has persuaded me that I need to let you figure out your own religious beliefs, even though it's not easy for me to accept that you reject everything that our family has stood for and believed in for generations.
Dad, I probably believe in more of the same things you do than you think.
Really?
Anyway, as you know, Janice and I are still a couple, and just as much in love as you were with Mom. See, I was hoping that maybe you could try to understand our relationship a little bit, maybe acknowledge it. When you left so angry, it wasn't just like you were rejecting our relationship. It was like you were rejecting me.
Marnie, I don't know what to say. My daughter, my little girl, I've loved you all of your life, and I've always wanted you to be happy. I wanted you to develop your talents, get an education, marry a good man, live a good life as a wife and mother. I don't understand what you're doing now. It goes against everything I believe. I mean, how can I accept it?
What kind of girl would stray from God's way by deciding to be gay? What kind of girl would ignore God's plan for her to find in what kind of girl would think so little of her dad that she would make him feel so sad? The kind of girl I want my daughter to be would walk down the aisle with me. The kind of girl I want my daughter to be would conform to society.
Thanksgiving dinner is ready, everyone. Let's come have our blessing. Bob!
Bless this food, bless our home, bless our family, bless me, bless our lives, bless our spirits, may we live in harmony, blessed be. Bless the poor, bless the unfortunate, may they never be hungry, blessed be. Bless the world, all the people, bring us peace, prosperity, blessed be.
Hello? Yes, she's living here. Hold on a minute, I'll get her. Janice!
Yeah?
Phone's for you.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Hi, this is Janice. Hi, how are you? How's Michael? What? Oh my God. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, bye. What happened? It's Michael. His unit was attacked and he's dead.
Oh, Janice.
That was his brother and he knew we were friends.
Did anybody know in Michael's family that you're pregnant with his baby?
No. I suppose I could tell them at the memorial service. Oh my goodness, this is such a waste. He was such a sweet guy. I can't believe this happened. I'm having his baby. His baby. A little piece of hair is going to be moving on. Michael, wherever you are, thank you for this gift.
I followed him, I let him lead. He was so sure, and I believe. He spoke of love, he touched my soul. You made me whole, you gave me hope. You live in me, your spirit's bright. I can go on, I'll be alive. You live in me, and now it's time to say goodbye. Don't know how, I don't know why. Is all hope lost? Is goodness dead? What can I trust? Where should I head? You live in me, your spirit's bright. I can go on, I'll be alright. You live in me. I close my eyes and see your light. Your spirit shines into the night. I feel your love deep in my soul. It's not the end, it's just the start. You live in me, your spirit's bright. I can go on, I'll be alive. You live in me, your spirit's bright. I can go on, I'll be alive. You live in me.
I've missed you so much. Missed talking to you. Missed your laughter. I missed hearing your views on things. I never realized how important that was to me until it was gone.
I've missed you too, Robert. It's quiet here sometimes, even with the girls here. I hate to admit this. I've even missed your Archie Bunker impressions. I love it when you're playful, and I miss that.
I've been doing a lot of thinking. I'm sure I have been pretty authoritarian like my dad without even realizing it. What is it that Barney says? Children are the clones of their parents. I'm going to work on that. I suppose I overreacted about your job and going back to school. I can see how happy it makes you. Every day without you, I'm reminded how much I love you. I keep singing our song. Remember how we used to harmonize?
Of course.
You are a breath of fresh air, and the breeze of the sea.
I love the sparkle in your eye when you smile at me.
I am so lucky to have found you. It was meant to be.
And so if I'm love with you, and I love when you're with me.
You are romantic, magical, moonlight reflecting on the sea. I love the softness of your kiss. lucky to have found you. It was meant to be. I'm so in love with you, and I love when you're with me.
It'll be Christmas before you know it. I know what I want for Christmas. I want the family back together.
I'm planning to come for Christmas.
I'd like that. But Robert, we need to talk about Marnie. She was so hurt at Thanksgiving. She was hoping you'd begin to accept her just a little. She cried and cried after you left.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know. I'm not trying to hurt her. This is just so hard for me.
Robert, I want you to come at Christmas more than anything, but it can't be like Thanksgiving. It would be better if you didn't come at all, unless you can come ready to love and accept everyone in the family, Marnie, Janice, and the baby included.
Oh, I see. I don't know if I can accept their relationship. Can you accept it? How do you feel about it?
It's not my first choice. I want Marnie to be happy, but she's a young woman and she has to make decisions for herself. I'm just trying to support those decisions and affirm love in whatever form it takes.
Oh, I see. Well, thanks for a nice dinner. I love you. Good night.
I love you too.
Dad,
Bob! Oh, good to see you. Did your mom send you?
well, she told me you might be here. How are you doing? I've missed you.
I've been struggling with this whole thing. This is so hard. What do you think about this thing going on between Marnie and Janice?
Well, it's kind of weird, but I figure different strokes for different folks. You know, I thought Janice and I would make a good couple. But anyway, a lot of people are experimenting with free love these days.
Free love. Jeez. What is the world coming to?
So what are you doing out here by the lake? It's getting cold.
Trying to get answers. Praying.
Why isn't it simple, this choice that I have to make?
Why is the answer not clear? What if I make a mistake?
I need your guidance now. I need to know where to stand. How can I give up my daughter? Is that what you would demand?
I know she's headstrong like her mother, okay like me.
Is the problem that I'm stubborn, that I don't give up easily?
I know what's right, don't I? Isn't it clear as can be?
Why then am I fearful? Is there something I just don't see? Or am I being weak, selfish, wanting it all? If I accept a relationship, is this where I must fall? Oh, you God of love, is love the highest ideal? I know you are here above. You know how I feel. I can't solve this alone. Can't keep my feelings suppressed. My heart is breaking. Will I pass the test? Oh, you are God of love. Is love unconditional? I know you are here above. Please answer my
I'm hoping the holiday spirit will inspire him.
Maybe that's him. Thanks. Do you want to come in? Sure. Merry Christmas. He's not coming, is he?
Lauren, you know he loves you. He loves all of us. He's just having trouble making so many changes all at once. But he's a good man, and I believe in him. We just need to try and be patient and think positively.
I think he'll come.
You know, it has been quite a year. A lot of things we have to be thankful for. You know, at Thanksgiving, we sort of skipped over our tradition of talking about the things we're grateful for and all, well, you know. So why don't we do that now for a little while? I'll start. Well, I'm thankful for my family and for my new job. And I think I'm most grateful for all the things I've learned about myself this year.
Well, I'm grateful for getting into the fraternity and for how good the band's sounding.
I'm grateful to be able to live here and to have Marnie and having Michael's baby.
Well, of course I'm grateful for all of you. But I just feel like I have a huge hole in my heart without Dad here.
I didn't know him, I thought I did. I saw him through the eyes of a kid. I didn't know how much I needed him to validate me. Though I was right and couldn't conceive, my world revolved around my needs. I didn't know how hard it would be for him. It was all about me. And now I'm missing him. I'm missing him. I'm here and don't know what to do. Loving him, hoping he loves me too.
Dad!
Marnie. Oh. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Here, Dad, you can open the first present.
Oh, okay. Oh, who wants to be heartbroken?
That's perfect, Dad, Bob.
Oh. Jordan Burns, huh? Oh, Gracie.
Robert, you know that's not my name. Robert, we were just talking about all the things we're grateful for. I'm grateful you're here. Thank you.
I'm grateful to be here. It wasn't easy. Marnie, I've been doing a lot of thinking about you and Janice. And I still don't understand it, and I'm not sure I ever will.
We don't really understand it ourselves. It's just the way we feel.
I don't think we're going to see eye to eye on the subject of your relationship, but well, I'm willing to agree to disagree on this subject if you are. I know it's not exactly what you wanted, but it's where I'm at.
I'm just glad you're here.
You're my daughter, and I love you. In the end, it doesn't matter whether I agree with what you're doing or not. As Janice says, love has no limits. I can't find any reason not to believe that too. I just couldn't bear the thought of spending the rest of my life estranged from you.
I love you too, Dad. I think that we'll all just have to figure it out together. It's a brave new world for everyone.
of change we must embrace.